is the courage to be disliked. Authenticity, purpose, and the price of being real. And I'm trying to get through this. I'm going to try and get through this very quick, but I also want you guys to be able to receive the message. All right. So I want to ask you something. When was the last time you said something you truly believed and lost a friend for it? Or when was the last time you were fully unapologetically yourself and paid a price for it? You see, most of us can remember that moment, that sting, that quiet decision we made afterward to be a little bit more careful next time, a little bit more palatable. You see, a little less us. And so I came across this quote recently where Bob Marley once said something that has stayed with me. He said, "The problem is people are being hated when they are real and are being loved when they are fake." Read that again. Let it land. The problem is people are being hated when they are real and are being loved when they are fake. You see, not only are we punished for being real, we are rewarded for being false. We have built a world that someone hands out applause to the performance and stones the truth teller. You see, today I want to talk about what it costs us to avoid that hate because the price of inauthenticity is higher than most of us realize. And we are paying for it each and every single day. You see, society punishes authenticity. From the moment we are old enough to understand disapproval, we begin editing ourselves. We edit ourselves from the moment we understand disapproval. We watch what we say in meetings, we perform happiness on social media, we shrink our opinions around certain people, we laugh at jokes we do not even find funny, agree with ideas we privately reject, and dress our ambitions in apologies so that they're easier for others to swallow. And why? Because the world has taught us through years of quiet correction that the safest version of you is the smaller version of you. But here's a cruel irony at the heart of all the performing. The very thing we are sacrificing our authenticity to gain, connection, belonging, love, becomes impossible the moment we put the mask on. And I heard the first presenter talking about putting on that mask. You see, you cannot genuinely connect with someone's performance and they cannot genuinely connect with yours. So we end up in a room full of people applauding each other's costumes, wondering why we still feel so desperately and utterly alone. Miles Monroe, one of my favorite authors, a theologian, a author, and one of the most urgent voices of human potential, who put it to us plainly. He asked, "You must decide if you're going to rob the world or bless it with the rich, valuable, potent, untapped resources locked away within you." Rob the world? That is a striking phrase indeed. But think about what it means. You see, every day you spend performing a version of yourself that is not you. Every day you suppress your real opinions, bury your real gifts, and shrink your real vision to fit someone else's comfort. You see, that is the day the world goes without what only you can give it. You see, Monroe says that the wealthiest place on earth is not Wall Street, it's not the Silicon Valley, it's not the oil fields in the Middle East. The wealthiest place on earth is the cemetery because buried there are books that have not been written, businesses that were never built, songs that were never sung, ideas that never saw the light of day, all because the people who carried them were afraid of being disliked to ever fully become themselves. He warned us, do not die full. Do not carry your potential to the grave, is the message I receive when reading Queen Simone's book. The world plays something, and God has given you something specific inside you, and it is waiting. So, why do we keep doing it? If the cost is this high, why do we keep choosing the mask? Let's answer that question. Using the psychologist Alfred Adler spent his life trying to answer the question. His conclusion was both simple and devastating. We are just addicted to approval. And like any addiction, it promises relief while delivering a deeper cage. You see, Adler taught that the desire for recognition is a trap. The moment you begin living for praise, shaping your words, your choices, your very identity around what others will applaud, you have handed them the keys to your happiness. You are no longer living your life. You are performing it for an audience that will change its mind tomorrow. And here is the thing that should stop us in the cold. The crowd we are performing for is also performing. Every person in that room is also wearing a mask. You see, we are all standing in a hall of mirrors, applauding reflections, masking performances for reality. Nobody in the room is actually free. And so, what is true freedom? You see, true freedom begins the moment you stop living for others' approval. There is that message again. There is that defining moment again. Seeking that true approval. So, start small. Say what you believe. Set the boundary you've been afraid to set. Stop apologizing for your ambitions. So, what is the alternative here? You see, the alternative is that, well, let me say it this way. The alternative is not going to be reckless. It is not telling everyone exactly what you think at all times with no regard for grace or wisdom. The alternative is something far more difficult than that. It is courage. You see, Adler describes it this way, and I want you to hold on to this in Queen Simone's messages. You see, he said that courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move beyond it. It is the willingness to prioritize that truth over approval and authenticity over acceptance. The courage to be disliked does not mean you will be universally rejected. It means you accept that some people will not like the real you, and you choose to show up anyway. That's what I talk about, that resilience with Queen Simone. Because the people who connect with the real you will actually know you. They will love something true, and that is the only connection worth having. Monroe remind us that we are not in competition with anyone else. I'm not in competition with anyone else. Queen Simone definitely isn't in competition anyone else. And I'm sure you're here today to echo those sentiments that you are not in connect. You don't want to be in competition with anyone else. You see, our only assignment is to become fully what we were made to be. The measure of our lives is not how many people approved of us. It is whether we became and gave everything we were capable of. So let me bring this home. You see, Bob Marley told us the problem. The world punishes the real and rewards the fake. Just look at social media every day, regardless of the platform, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, watch the news. The problem is the world punishes the real and rewards the fake. Miles Monroe showed us the cost. Every day, every day we spend hiding is a day your potential goes buried, and the world is poorer for it. And so Alfred Adler, he provided us with the solution. Not a technique, not a formula, but a choice. Like earlier, Dr. Taylor shared a quote from Brene. It is a choice, a potent yet very important and urgent choice, even in our today's reality. A daily, a deliberate, sometimes terrifying choice. But the graveyard does not need any more of your unlived potential. Queen Simone is saying to us in her authorship, the world does not need another performance. It needs you. The world does not, the world does not need another performance. It needs you, the real you, the unedited, unpolished, sometimes inconvenient, irreplaceable you, the you that has opinions people might not like, the you that has dreams that make others uncomfortable, the you that was placed here at this moment in history, at this book launch, to give something the world cannot get from anyone else. That version of you will be disliked by some people, I promise you that. But it will be the version of you that actually lived. So I leave with you one question. Do you have the courage to be disliked? The real you is the only you the world truly needs. Give birth to your authenticity. Authentic Queen Simone. Thank you for having me, guys. I hope that resonate with you this evening, and I hope you will take this. And I hope, if you haven't read the book, I hope you will buy the book, share the book, because this is a topic that, like we said, the world needs. The world needs individuality. If you look at the some of the most successful personalities we've ever known, when they started out, a lot of them were disliked. But a lot of them today, at the end of their journey, we honor them, we celebrate them. And so we have the opportunity for this masterpiece, for this work, to celebrate the authentic Queen Simone. And I thank you for having me. Thank you for being with me, and thank you for listening to me.
Wow, 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 wow. Send up some hearts, show him some love. That was a powerful presentation. Wow, thank you so much, Dr. Wiggan. The
Thank
world
you.
doesn't need any more of your unlived potential. The world doesn't need another performance, it needs
Mm-mm.
you. And now I have
Mhm.
a book to add to my collection, The Courage to Be Disliked.
Yes, yes. You'd
Wow.
love it. You'd love it. You'd love
Yes,
it. But
I
make
am
sure
going
you
to
get,
add that.
yes, definitely.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Wigan. Apart from
Appreciate you.
showing him some love, can you highlight in the chat anything that he said that you found transformative? Um, iPhone 14 says, don't small up yourself. Andrea said, thank you, sir. Trish said, excellent. Well said. Well done. I love all of it and the science and everything. So now we see why this book and this movement is necessary. And so, thank you so much, Dr. Wigan. You know, Jamaicans always are representing shining bright wherever we go. And you have shone brilliantly this evening, Dr. Wigan. And so, the lady of the hour, we are going to bring her on properly. She's going to be doing a poem, which is also found in the book. And then she's going to be sharing more about the book, the story behind the book herself, her movement, and she's going to be giving us her own little charge, not little charge, her big charge, the authentic queen herself. And then I want to invite you to ask questions, post comments at the end, and we're going to have a moment to celebrate. We're winding down. So let me introduce the lady of the hour. We have a video for that as well. So let me introduce her properly. She's the reason why we're all here, and she is the voice for the season. Just hold on a second while I introduce her. Um, so I'm going to share screen and introduce her properly. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the lady of the hour, Mrs. Queen Simone Maganza. Known as the Authentic Queen, she is the founder and creative director of the international award-winning Love on Yourself initiative, a multi-award winning authentic spiritual speaker, inner self confidence coach, and the best selling author of Give Birth to Your Authenticity. Queen Simone is known for boldly commanding rooms through embodied transformation. Her divine calling is to help individuals give birth to their authenticity, celebrate mistakes, and rise above opinions that keep them shrinking. Her message is clear: self awareness plus self acceptance equals self confidence. Put your hands together, send off some hearts for those joining online, and let's welcome the award winning global speaker and best selling author of Give Birth to Your Authenticity, Mrs. Queen Simone Maganza.
It is time to give birth to your authenticity. Stop suppressing your unique individuality to fit in with society.
All right, Queen, the floor is yours.
All right, first and foremost, I want to tell everyone, thank you for joining in. You hear my voice? From the week start, I kind of did have a little sinus like, and then yesterday my voice did gone, like literally. And then I said you could have not it now get the behind me whosoever try do this. My voice ever even come back. Some of us work with some garlic and some honey, and then it still not come back fully, but it's still there. So thank you everyone for coming. Big up on yourself. I sit down here, I smile. I mean, it was 6 years ago. I decided to really start write the book. I had it in my mind a long, long time. But then I say I start put pen and paper together. So I might have some pile of books and some sticky notes. So I used to write the things them in the topic, the title, everything. As a matter of fact, the book was going to name Celebrate Mistake Authentically. And then I said, no man, I want them to go deeper. I want them to give birth to them authenticity, celebrate their mistakes, and rise above opinion. And when you don't know already which part this come from, me living inauthentic. And, as Dr. Wiggan was talking about the courage, to be disliked. I remember when my king man said to me, when I just started to do this, he said to me, oh, you don't talk to the other speaker them. I said, because he's not the other speaker them. I'm authentic Queen Simone, he's not them. And I said, if I had done it like them, trust me, I would have probably bust already. But that would have been performing and wearing the mask there. And when we start out with the patois talking and do the speech, I remember some persons reject me because them say, oh, she look good. I like her energy, I like her aura, I like her essence. But guess what? She more than over on the bottom side. And I said, now for big up them people, they will say so. Because better to be hated for who you are than to be liked for who you are not. I am so happy that they rejected me for being me. And that is the problem we have. Me hear Dr. We can talk about it. We want to be palatable. Hazel spoke about it. We wear the mask. And we take it off every now and then to please people. And we always like to please imperfect people where you style it like we. And we never know it's enough of the time. The things them where we want in our people. Sometimes them want it in a we have things in a we where them themselves want to. And this all people pleasing come from the fact that is what we tie our identity to. So may I ask you now a question. What are you tying your identity to? Because identity is very deep, My identity, for example, was tied and attached to the opinion of others. It was also tied to the suffering that I faced when I was, when we used to live in a 16 Sierra Street of wanted to fit in with the crowd. A lot of things them with their own names because we want to fit in with the crowd. And then you have a next set now where their identity are tied to them achievement and tied to the qualification. But without them, at times, who are we? So when I won the awards and stuff like that now, I was already doing me. So the award only amplified the movement. But I did not tie my identity to it. I never started with award. I started small. The first time I was going to keep an event, 2 persons show up in the room. 2 persons. Persons who I thought would come, they never come because they never look fancy and never look pretty like the other events them would have got to. Somebody was like, oh, I'm not coming into that area. I'm not going anywhere or whatever. 2 person. I'm going in a room then. I'm a zebra stripe. Zebra stripe. You probably has a cheetah print. I'm put that zebra stripe shirt. And I perform and I do that. I did that speech like a 2 million people in there. 2 person, 1 male or 1 female. And the male come to me and said, he was passing and gunshot did a fire down the road. And him hear my voice. And him turn back and come inside. And what is one of the best things that him ever do. And on the size of the crowd, at the size of the calling. And for see me there, you know, and like 12, 10, 15 persons sign up, trust me, big up on yourself and thank you very much for coming on this journey with me of giving birth to your authenticity, celebrate mistake and rise above opinion. As a matter of fact, a lot of persons say celebrate mistakes sound like an oxymoron or whatever it wants. Stop. But what I'm saying is that your mistake, you can learn from it. Your mistake is about you being imperfect. I know that my subject verb and agreement not really 100%, but it add flavor and charisma to my authenticity. And when he knows that, even though my subject verb and agreement not really 100, I know that I can communicate in a clear and concise manner that is easily understood. Me know that for a fact. So what you think me do? Me work with my strengths. Yeah. I mean, also understand me and say, and I've impacted the life of over, it raised now. At first it was 12,000, over 15,000 individuals and saved 8 from suicide with the same loud mouth that was labeled a flaw. I mean, a lot of us have some things where people label as flaw, but are they flaw? For me, flaw is an acronym. Forever living authentically with style. That's flaws. Yeah. And when you see me put on the outfit and the stuff, it's not me trying to perform. When I was a kid, my mother was a dressmaker. And she used to bring cheetah print fabric. Cheetah print, black, brown, all of them color. And she used to say, Simone, sew on the little thread them, pan the clothes to me, and cut off and trim. And when she gone, I start experiment, put on clothes. My auntie used to love buy yellow for me, gold things. And while I was there, I was dreaming in colors that society could never understand because I took those cheetah prints and I wrapped it around me and I stand up and have a hairbrush in my hand. I mean, I talk like me, I talk to people. I don't know where that come from. But why I bring this up is to show you that I want to go back in our childhood. Look for that little girl who used to dream in colors that society couldn't understand. Look for that man that was adventurous. That little thing where you do before them tell you, so you chat too much, you do this too much, sit like this, talk like this, walk like this, jump like this. And these people that used to criticize me and bring me down was the persons who used to go to church and read Bible. I said to them, where in the Bible it tell you, say, you have to can talk like this, walk like this, jump like this, whatever. No one clean out you have to have. And speaking of the Bible, I'm going to show you how authenticity is all our birthright. Jesus showed it, but a lot of us were not looking. We were not paying attention. If you don't watch the Jesus movie, we want to put some arts or put movie in the comment section. You see in the movie, there's a lesson, a very key lesson. Jesus did not bow. Jesus came to do his calling, and even when nobody never like him, he never care. All when Caiaphas said, are you the Messiah? The man still never bow. The man is willing to dead for we miss and him stay true to we must. All right, listen to this now. Moses, John the Baptist, yeah, him John the Baptist is a speaker. Jesus is a speaker. All of them great man, the way you say, all of them are speaker. John the Baptist is a speaker. John the Baptist knows that Jesus was going to be the next individual who will come change the world. John the Baptist called Jesus. And when Jesus come to John the Baptist and say, baptize me. John the Baptist said, no, are you for baptize me? Jesus said, no. Is you named John the Baptist? Baptize me. And him baptize him. What is the key lesson in that? Jesus knew who he was. And he was not intimidated by John the Baptist being John the Baptist. As a matter of fact, him applaud John the Baptist for being John the Baptist and willing for all on his head for the man baptizing because he was so centered within himself as who he is as an individual. He never envied John the Baptist who John the Baptist was. When Jesus started off, a 2 disciples going. So when we see the 2 disciples them coming to the room, I remember that story and that little something in the segment. I'm not Christian or nothing, but I just show you where I go on. You see, a whole heap of way, I want to be like somebody else. I want to talk like other people and walk like other people. But if everybody was the same, or it would have go. You see, the animal them look different. The peacock turn up pretty like our. And they have the bird, they have the lion, they have everything. And a lot of times, when persons keep on wanting to shrink on the voice, they'll sit like that. Who told you to walk like that? Who told you you have to sit like that and have to walk and talk like that in order to be? Who told you that? We have some philosophy and some things that we've never questioned. We don't question the things them, or we don't question the status quo. We sit down and we take it and we adopt it, and then we start to feel empty inside. And then we become spiritual lazy. And we start to use God as a side chick, start to use scriptures. While we are suffering, start to go to church and get spiritual abuse by pastors who just going to say, put the money in the collection thing. And you're hiding and you're running away from your calling. God never tell you to go hide nowhere. God tell you, say, tap within is your heart. The first 2 disciples come, say to Jesus, say, Rabbi, I want to follow you. Jesus, what did Jesus did? The first thing Jesus did was touch their heart. And in your heart it there. You could have run going at the building a little more in your so it there inner, everything there inside of you. And I know what I'm talking about. Because I went through that inner turmoil. Let me tell you, low self-esteem that will cramp your spirit, that will cramp your soul, that will mash you up. And if you're not careful, you will allow your identity to tie to suffering. Remember, the person them who killed my self-esteem was persons that should love me. My father was one of them. Whenever I go near him and him see the brown picking them, he used to touch them up and say them pretty. When him see me, him look at me and cut him eye. So I used to feel nasty and feel like my skin color was a problem. My skin color was an issue. My next door neighbor, she never buy Johnson baby lotion. She bought Lexus bleaching cream. So I was like the ugly duckling. And then I transitioned into the authentic queen, coming a swan. But I realized that I was the full package at the wrong address. A lot of you are the full package at the wrong address because you love the little title. You love the little things then where you're tied to. And it is killing you. And the social media will even kill you too. Because persons are watching social media and a compare, see them offline failure to someone offline success. People can't curate anything. And years may have come up, door get shut in my face. Somebody did once condemn a patois. And when me look, me see her make be a content with patois. And me have to just laugh and shake my head. What if I had listened to her? Sometimes people intimidated by your gift and intimidated by your authenticity. Them can't believe that this girl come in and can talk her patois, talk her something, walk in the room, command the room. So them try to dim your lights and try to tell us, say, talk better, speak properly. There's no proper way to speak patois. And when I go to schools like St. Andrew High School for girls and people see me and they were like, oh my God, how come you get St. Andrew High School for girls? I said, don't ask me, go ask God. But I was there to help that little girl that said she come from Tivoli Gardens and she used to speak patois and everybody else speak English. And she feel like she couldn't fit in. I said, you don't have to. And then I have the standard English persons. Listen, another language we want to talk. It no matter what you want to talk, say God understand or no. I him go no call and I him make on the ban. Yes. I can speak English, but I'm more on the patois side because I'm very expressive. So I speak English too, but I'm mostly on the patois side. And sometimes when I speak the English, my subject verb agreement and my pronunciation not really up, but me know say when I say makes sense. And we have to believe in ourselves, but I know we believe in our Google search and believe in our AI and believe in the opinion of others. Subconsciously, a lot of us are nurturing old wounds. So we can't even accept ourselves or childhood trauma. It's buried under the weight of the opinion of others. The childhood trauma will go through in our life. Your trauma is not yours. So stop tying your identity to it. Oh, yes, my mother hurt me. Oh, yes, my father hurt me. That's a contributing factor. But that was made and created to shrink you, to draw you away from who you truly are. What is an authentic self? Your authentic self is yourself where you're born with. If you go back to your childhood, you see an authentic self there. I'm telling you, you know it. I knew it. I had to go back to myself and check and tap and say, oh, me like the cheetah print, oh, me like speaking. But my report it used to say parrot. And the same parakeeting me I do when I go to the student council and knock on the door to be a part of the student council session. The woman slammed the door in my face because I never looked like the color and the image that they want to portray, the Indians and so that they want to highlight in the school. Some of that change right now. But I'm telling you, there's meaning in your suffering. And sitting here today, before I come, I did pray and I did cry. And I said, look how far I reach. When I used to go to school, I remember I went, I taught myself how to read at age 6. I couldn't read. And my motivation was because my grandmother, who is an elderly lady, 70 odd year old, she couldn't read and I didn't know that. And when I went with her to collect her pension, she said, Simone, read this for me. That is when I found out she couldn't read. And I wanted to learn how to read. So I go home and I started to read pictures and I go to school and I said, Miss, tell me how to read. And I remember the first word was business, business. That's the first word I learned. I mean, they used to call it boss itness. True, she said, for break it up in a syllabus, I was like boss, which is bus, and I said I, and then I said ness. And then no, they said that is business. Someone said, but this not even look like it sell like business. So there's somebody I say English language confusing. That don't even sound like business. They say business, but it I say boss illness to me. And I learned how to read from there. And then when I learned how to read, by the time I reached 8, I could I read well. I started to teach my friends how to read. So the teaching was always in me since I was a kid. And then when I never passed my common entrance. And I remember when I go to school, Clancarty, I never got the first year. I go up and start Clancarty in January. And then this man come in, this literature man. I'm going to tell you this, my authenticians. I've never met anyone who can speak standard English like that man. No matter who me say I speak Jamaica English or something, that man is the epitome of how you should speak the English. He know to pronounce the word. I've never met anyone who can speak it like him. That man then a player is very meticulous. You know why? Because if he used to go to England, he used to live at England, and he was a professor, and he learned it there. He was our literature teacher. Him come in, and him say more everybody for write about them Christmas holiday. Everyone wanted to please him because they wanted to live up to his standard. He said, write something about your holiday. When him come into the class, he mark hard. If him give you 50, give thanks. If him give you 60, 100, you get. Because him not play. So here I am sitting down and him say, somebody in here gets 76. Everyone was looking around. Because they must say, I will get 76. So they were looking at the light-skinned girls and the Indian girls and all of those color girls. Say, a Muslim girl, I get it. The man just said, Simone Roden got it. Everybody turned on and looked at me. They were shocked. Because obviously, from your black and you speak patois, you're not supposed to get 76% from a man who is good at English. You know what he said? Let me get it. He said it was my storytelling technique. And because I was describing the cake that my mother baked him, so when he was reading it, he wanted to eat a piece of cake. And from there, everyone in the class started to write them story with descriptive words. And they were trying to please him, and they were shocked. A girl literally looked at me and tell me, say, she think me the dance. I asked her, who says so? She said, her grandmother tell her, say, anybody will speak patois, them dance. I said, go back, go tell your grandmother, say, the dance, but girl, get more than in a literature. Make sure say it's literature too. And I was being very upset with her at the time, defensive. But no, it was really a compliment. Who have said something to you in your childhood that cramp your spirit? Because the very thing that she tried to cramp is the same thing I did with this book. He said, Simone Roden write it in English, you know, but she expressed herself in the patois. That's what he said. It's the same thing what she said. She think me was a dunce. I put in this book. That could have cramped me, like how the bleaching cream and the skin and something like that cramped me. Okay, what made me start go back to myself and start to reflect? It was the same chicken pox that damaged my skin. And in that moment, I made a resolute decision to never use skin bleaching cream again. And when I stopped using it, I remember my own mother look at me and say, Simone, oh, your face looks so man, and look like them pies here. It's a test to see if I would have go back, go bleach again. And I continue. And the girl tell me, say, if I was light skin, would have better looking. She see me and tell me, say, how much me pretty. But this is when I realized I was operating under ugly energy. So ugly energy attract ugly compliments. A lot of us, we are very apprehensive. And we have some negative things and some things where we have in our mind. We are stopping from push through and pull through. I'm afraid to make that move there. I'm afraid to make that step there. Some of the words I'm soon I use and I describe them, I smile because them really describe me for true. I'm very resilient. I'm decide I'm not going to do it the way where them tell me to do it. I'm going to do it the way how me stay, and I'm going to do it the way of my heart and people who love it or come it. And some persons now come yet until them see other people coming up. And some persons now come yet until them see the thing look like it's shutting up. But that is just it. That is just about it. But you just have to keep moving and you have to keep believing in yourself. But I know you believe in an AI and believe in a chat GPT and believe in your Google search. When I transition and call myself queen and I was about to make it legal, someone said, it's prohibited. So when I got married and I was about to change over my name, I said to myself, I'm not going to feel good if I'm not going to RGD for asking if it's prohibited. And I stepped into that RGD and I said, I'm going to do a deep poll. And they said, what's your name? I said, Queen. And they look at me. And I said, something wrong with that? Them said, no, Mr. Oh, Queen Simone Maganza. When I announced the name on my birthday, somebody in the comment section put happy birthday, Simone, with a little cheeky smile emoji. When I looked, I realized that person never commented on anything, never said hi, but she was trying to dim my light. But when I clicked on her page, she was a festival queen. And they took away her crown. Let me tell you something about your confidence. And when you give birth to your authentic self, and queen to me is not just a crown or a title. Queen to me is your divine identity. The things that when you call yourself and believe about yourself become your identity. I believe that I'm a queen. And I call myself that until I started to operate under that. Let me tell you something. You see, when you show up as yourself, it triggers things into people. Because we were told to shrink to be accepted. But shrinking is not humility, self-abandonment. We are waiting on the world to crown us. So when I look, I realize her issue. Her issue was that she waited on someone to crown her, and then the crown gone. So she can't even big up a queen. She don't see queen as that, because that is not how she was programmed to believe a queen should look, or a queen should walk, or a queen should talk. So she decided to put happy birthday, Simone, with a cheeky look, thinking it would have dimmed my light. But it didn't, because it told me who she was. and what she was operating from where she is. So that is why a lot of persons afraid for go out there and go do things, unafraid of criticism, unafraid of social media, unafraid for birth the business, unafraid for birth to yourself, unafraid for sing because somebody tell them so on a voice squeaky. You know much disrespect Britney Spears and she just come in and she sing up in her nose and she become a character. You know much done Bob Marley, because Bob Marley talk and sing. And his vocals not up. But he knew how to communicate his lyrics in a clear and concise manner that was easily understood. And that's what he did. We focus on people too much. All we are human. Everybody have a flaw. And anyone that act highly polished is not as polished as they appear to be. Because the whole of we have faults. The whole of we have side effects. The whole of we have things about me. Yeah. What are you willing to sacrifice your authenticity for? Why are you sacrificing your authenticity? For who? Who tell you wasn't worthy enough? Who tell you wasn't beautiful enough? Who tell you not speak well enough? Who told you that? Whoever told you that? Did you ever look at people who tell you that? Sometimes the same people, when you listen to them, I project onto you. Don't only listen to people who you like. Listen to people who is right and wise. We like people too much off of face value. We like people too much based off of popularity and based off of status. And it's okay to like who you want to like. But sometimes you have to ask yourself, who am I listening to? Whose voice am I listening to? Who am I hearing in my head? Sometimes you have all the idea you can't even carry to certain people because automatically they're going to try to tell you, say, can't do or you can't do this and thing like that. That's why when I was releasing my book, I was careful. And even though I in a matter when a body would have said to me, the book did not come. Whether or not anybody like it or not, the book did not come. I remember someone was asking me if my book was readable and if it was globally appealing. But that was also a test. And that is it. And the person who said it is a person who is very popular. So sometimes we're quick to take advice from persons who are popular or who are perceived as celebrities. Because we don't believe enough in ourselves. When you have low self-esteem and low self-worth, you don't believe in yourself. I know that because I never believe in myself. And give birth to your authenticity don't mean that you're being egotistic or being ego-driven or something like that. It means that you're no longer addicted to the opinion of others. You don't care who like you. Because a lot of the persons who don't like you, they don't even like themselves. Remember me tell you that. It's the people who like themselves, they will like you too. Yeah, because everyone who told me that I was not worthy had issues with themselves. And if you don't know who you are, somebody else who know you, they're going to use you. They're going to use your potential in a them workplace and drain you and run you and put you up for retirement. And then you sit down and see everybody I do the dream where you did want to do, and you start cuss. You start criticize all these young people there, No. It's because you never take up the mantle. So if you're working, be of service to your company. But if you have a calling, please don't suppress it. When I used to work at Go West, I was a top sale rep. I was named Miss Go West, the $1 Million Girl. If I had tied my identity to that, I would not have moved. I used to assist elite clients. Tapper, people call tap, or something like that. I see some of them when we go to events now, I see some of them in the circles. They didn't know it was even me that was serving them in the moment. And I left that with faith. Yeah. And I'm here now. 20 years after. 20 years now since I left that workplace. Can you imagine if we never left? You know what happened? 2 years after I left the store locked down. What if my identity was tied to that? So I'm not saying leave your job. Don't get your master's. Don't get that, because sometimes your divine calling is that require you to get that. Mine don't require me to get that. But it's okay. But just make sure say everything where you do it from your gut. The Instagram page where you want to build for start promote your business, start it now, start it today, start give birth to your authentic self, start give birth to the real you. And you hear the lady say, she did well accomplished and still a question her words. She wear a mask. Hazel said she was wearing mask. Nobody would have never even believed that. So she would have wear a mask. And Dr. Wiggan said, half of the people who were perform in the room, them are perform themselves to appear performing a go on. Yeah. And then everybody are like, some people are gonna envy, some people are gonna love you, but hold on to the people them are loving you, man. Hold on to the people them are God sending out in life for loving you. I met Ruth. And I met Ruth coming like it was a divine connection, somewhat. Because here I am at this event. And one girl never warmed for so long in the seat. She said the seat is taken. But I realized that it's because we never have a tap name or nothing. And then when she say the host of the event hug me and embrace me, hear them. He still want the seat. I said no. Sometimes I have to move from table. When I accept on the words and only like when certain people like they never like me for me. They only like who I was attached to. So I never sit beside them. And I remember standing and Ruth was there. And she moved over and gives me a seat. I don't know if you remember this. I don't hear this. They said we must network. And Ruth asked me what I did. And I said, I do me. And she said, what do you mean by that? And I said, because your title can change, but who you are still remains the same. And I could tear like, come her eye, I don't know if she remember. And she handed me her card. That was like 7 years ago. And I used to follow her and I used to wonder, how come I not see her page again? But she tell me, say, them take with her Instagram page there. And when I was about to write my book, I had a publisher in mind. And then I was confused, like, who should I make publish this book? And then I go in at the office and I open the drawer and the card drop out. Remember, I had that card there for 7 years. I live over here, so about 1 year now. I never remember nothing about the card. And the card drop out of the drawer. I said, wait, the root. I call her same time I should do a consultation session. And as I entered, she was like, oh, you sound so poetic and like. And I said, Father God, I'm confused. I want to publish a book. I'm going to go on my bed. And I say, anybody name me call when I wake up in the morning, and then me I publish it. And I get up the morning and stretch and say, Ruth. I never need no more answer after that. And Ruth has helped me. Ruth lift me up from the root and root me out in the sense of the book. I learned so much from her. And she should walk me through and she go above and beyond for me. Even when she depend on leave and support, she go above and beyond. So when you have your right people with you who really like you, them are going to go above and beyond. Them are going to dedicate you. Them are going to lift you up. When Ruth get my book, Ruth like my book. She never asked if it was readable. She never correct my patois. As a matter of fact, she said, let me tell you, the infuse of the patois and every little thing, I'm going to make the book even sell more. She accepted it. If you have to shrink to be around them, they are not your people. Stop being around people when I have borrowed beliefs. Stop being around people when I speak to your soul, to your authentic soul, when I like you for you. So when I was writing the book, I tap into the individual that I was writing to the ugliest, loveless soul, the ones whose uniqueness is labeled a flaw, to the one who was labeled, too raw, too real, too all of that. I tap into all of them. A lot of you on here, I listen to my audio a long time. I listen to the whole of the audio them and write it. I use some of the feedback and craft the message. A lot of want to send me a lot of testimonial, a lot of feedback, and I use those feedbacks to do the reflective, authentic, reflective questions, because I'm answering your questions that you have been asking me for years, and I put it in the book, and I use my story and my journey as the blueprint to get the message out, to understand the depth. I have bonus in there. I have authentic reflective exercise questions. I have inner self-confidence dialogue. I have certificate. I have commandments, Funo. Yes. 7 commandments are authenticity. 7 commandments are celebrate your mistake. 7 commandments are rise above the opinion of others. Yes. I have poem, Funo. I have celebrate your mistake dialogue. And self-awareness plus self-acceptance. Self-awareness plus self-confidence equals self-acceptance. And to me, one of the pillars of giving birth to your authenticity is to be self-aware. And when you're aware of who you are, then you start to accept. And when you accept, you just walk out boldly, confidently, and unapologetically, authentically. And that's what I did. When I was doing the book, I said, this is not just a book. This is a transformational healing revolution. So I wanted a symbol on the book. So I said, it's time to give birth to your authenticity, break out of societal conditioning. So the breaking of the egg is breaking out of societal conditioning. The cheetah prints represent boldness and fierceness and walking. The light is the glow that is shining, that you buried for years. The bulb is the light within your third eye to see yourself. And the golden dove represent prosperity, abundance, and divine enlightenment. So it's a symbol. So when you break out the egg, this is what's going to happen. You're going to start to glow. You're going to start to shine. And you're going to start to see the light. But if you keep on suppressing, how would you know? So all I want to know fit, purchase this book and do the questions that in it. And I'm telling you, thank you very much. All I want to play a role in even me writing the book, because it's some of your questions, my answers. The questions of someone who asked me. I want to have personal conversations on the phone. You know what I did? I asked questions surrounding the conversations that we have to help you, same one, to give birth to your authentic self. A lot of questions over the years, people have asked me. Yeah. And with that said, I want to thank everyone for coming out. All of the endorsements. May I sweat, watch out. Coming like I'm talking to 15 million people. But I'm passionate, I'm in love with me do. Yeah. And Jamal Carey, big up yourself. Ruth, I don't even know how much to thank you. You're coming like a big sister, like a sister in my life, like a sister I never had. My spiritual sister, everyone on here. Trisha, Yannick, Kadeen, Katie Pinks, yeah. Elsa Care, Sharon, big up yourself. Urban come back from Canada, I'm gonna have a drink. Yes, DJ she left. Everyone who is on here, Dr. Wiggan. I just met Hazel from Africa because we were on a leadership course. Everybody who there, my daughter, my husband, everyone who come and show me mistake. I'm not left body name. Big up Janelle. Big up yourself, Janelle. Love you, girl. Just big up everybody for supporting me over the years. A lot of my authenticians are here. When I used to send out my audio back in the days, a phone audio gonna help craft it, because your calling is not for you, it's for the people. So I listen to the voice of the people and I put it in the book. I listen to you all, and I have a poem that I dedicate to you. It's called The Authentic Self, and subtitle, Do You Know Who You Truly Are? Someone wants to listen to me. Listen to me. Before I'm done, the book is now Amazon bestseller. Yes, it is #1 in certain countries. So thank you for all of you who purchase it. You have persons who buy the ebook and the paperback. Big up on yourself and just support the Love of the Self initiative that I can donate to some of them kids there in the school who, going self-worth, who lack self-worth, going to the schools, them just a ball so. Them just a ball so. I mean, I did have to ball with them. Come on, man. Nobody now hold an aspect to be authentic self, and you are all back yourself. Every great man, Dr. Wiggan said, whoever walked the face of the earth was very authentic. Every great man, every Malcolm X, Steve Jobs, all of them people. Steve Jobs left college for doing childhood dream. When he was a kid, remember, he was adopted. So it show you say, when your mama run you, when your papa run you, when nobody no want you, the Almighty will take you. Remember, Steve Jobs was adopted because his parents wanted a girl. And then give him way. And what Steve Jobs did, Steve Jobs moving with him adopted parents, and there was a man beside him that was the owner of that used to work at Hewlett Packard. And at this, so Steve Jobs learned him craft of how to make system and build up phone. We never know what them something their name, but you know what I talk about if you make the phone something. And see there, look at him. Like a Jobs to go up and watch him brother them and do the things them in the house and get that and add film, unique individuality to it. Yeah. And all of these persons, them have different gifts, different talents, but them still serve one divine calling and one divine purpose is to help us give birth to our true self. What are you waiting on? Me no want nobody pan yourself right now. Come off of yourself and not go give birth. God will provide for you. The Lord will provide. Me now ask me, I tell you. I will heap of money me borrow. I will heap of Malta back on myself. I will heap of my shoes them drop off and me I go to the event. Ask Sharon. Sharon can tell you when we are going to event them. Me have my little glue. She said, always take a glue. Will heap of this, will heap of condescending remarks. Will heap of things them talk about me. But me never give up because me believe in myself. And if it was like, me spend, listen, I'm going to be 43 this year. I spend 20 years of my life people pleasing and 20 years build it back. Not stay like me, build it back in a 1 year, build it back in a 2 year. Me did have to go through the journey and the stuff of them to build it back for come help. Oh no. But it was worth it. It is worth it for me. Because each time somebody send me a message, Queen, you this and that, my ball, me get hugs, all of these things. Me even have a surprise that me not tell you yet. Until you don't see it. Me not tell you yet. Yeah. But right now, I'm going to read a poem dedicated to Uno from me. I'm going to listen carefully. So if anybody down in the background, tell them to go sit down. So this is my poem. It's dedicated to all of you on here on this live. It's called The Authentic Self, written by yours truly. No, yours authentically, Queen Simone. Listen carefully. I woke up in the morning, 3 o'clock, and I started to say this poem. And I take up my phone and just I say it and just I say it and just I say it. Listen, the authentic self is a radiant magnetic force, a divine frequency placed in you by the intelligence of the universe. It is grace and power in human form, royalty wrapped in spirit, truth walking in flesh. So I'm going to ask you a question. Do you know who you are? Do you truly know who you are? The authentic self is often buried beneath cultural programming and societal expectation, designed to make you forget your worth so you could be controlled, but you were never created to be a prisoner of borrowed beliefs. The authentic self refuses cage. It will not silence its truth to fit in. It does not seek validation from imperfect people. It is fearless, never bow to projection, never fall under opinion. Rooted in inner self-confidence, bold without apology. The authentic self is unashamed. It embraces mistakes as sacred lesson, knowing growth never comes from perfection. True spirituality lives in being authentically human. It never shrinks. It never dilutes. It honors its word and it challenges anything that tries to silence its individuality. So I'm going to ask you again, man, do you know who you are? Do you truly know who you are? Many live free, yet remain enslaved to opinion, asking permission to be themselves. Stop offering your authenticity to spaces unworthy of your presence. Stop following narratives that don't sound like your soul. Authenticity is your birthright. Now it is time to give birth to your authenticity. Stop suppressing who you are for the approval of the world that can never match your quality. Never ask you one last time, do you know who you are? Do you truly know who you are? If you do, live like it. Never be ashamed. Never be afraid. The authentic self has been waiting on you to come home. I salute the authenticity in you all. Mwah. Thank you.
Give it up for Queen Simone. Wow. Queen Simone took us to church. We were at the altar. Although says she's not a Christian, a lot of what she's saying, because the image of God is still in all of us, though marred. a lot of what she's saying is biblically accurate and sound. And my biggest takeaway, I want you to type your biggest takeaway in the chat, send up some heart, show her some love. What's your biggest takeaway from her speech? Mine is, what is your identity tied to? And a lot of things that she said hit home real hard. And gonna be vulnerable a little bit. Not, it's related to what she's saying, so not taking the spotlight off her, but for years, similar to Hazel, irrespective of what I achieved, I still felt I wasn't enough. And I remember I lost a friend, and she kept saying, "But you're so successful, you're so this, but you can't see it." You know, and some persons don't have the patience to wait on you. Queen said it took 20 years to build back. It's a process. With her book, with this movement, it can be sped up. But if it is taking you longer than others, that too is something you own. Realize your journey is your own. And so I want to thank you, Queen Simone. Tricia Ann says, my little Jamaican came out a while ago, start now, titles can change, but be authentic. Yannick Top says rebuilding. iPhone 14 said, we appreciate you, intentional. Andrea Wallace said, my son loving this. Oh my God. You see, it's a message that is not based on gender. Trisha again says, love that. Your title can change. Such true words. And of course, I was saying a lot of ouches. Uh, Trisha seemed to, like you came for Trisha, but I know it's not just Trisha alone. She says, love it, Queen. Speak those positive, transformative words. Stop tying your identity to your trauma is one of my big takeaway from your speech. And a lot of what Queen Simone has said, you may forget, but a lot of what she has said is in the book. So go buy the book. And don't just buy the book, give it to others. In a sense, Queen has said the vote of thanks, but listening to you, it's magnetic, it's convicting, it's transformative. You're a born speaker, not just a parrot, but you parrot meaningful and transformative words. And so I pray that this book will open doors beyond your wildest imagination, and that Queen Simone will be as famous as Bob Marley. Another one from Jamaica. Jamaicans are doing well all over, and you have the it factor.
Yeah.
And with that attitude, you will go far. Congratulations. This is
And
a
I want
soft
them to get
launch.
them. I want them to get them little.
Yeah, we're not
I want
done,
them to get them little
Queen. We're
champagne and all of
not
that.
done,
Cause
Queen. We are
we went
wrapping up.
dancing here,
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're wrapping up. I have a little video as well, a closing
We're gonna
video
dance
to
in here.
highlight, to celebrate, and to toast her. So we're
No.
at that
Listen up.
moment.
I wanted to play the song for them.
Yeah, man, I'll play it.
Yeah.
I have it. I have it locked. Nothing will be left out. So, uh, we got several endorsements, and we have a compilation as we celebrate. We have another song. This is just the soft launch. If you love this, we want to have a room jam-packed where people can meet her and she can sign the books and all of that as we wind down. So thank you so much for being here. If you have your wine, your drink, it's time to toast Queen Simone. And before I play the other video, I want to also dedicate another song to toast Queen Simone on this beautiful occasion. This one is by another Jamaican, and this one is Toast by Coffee. So we're going to play that a little, and then we're going to do the video with our themes. And we want you to raise your glasses and toast her for this beautiful production, this book that is going to change lives, even when she's not in the room. And we have a little compilation for Queen as we close out, and for you all as well. Here we go. Specially put together by the Bamboo Sparks team, Queen. I trust that you will love this one.
It is time to give birth to your authenticity. Stop suppressing your unique individuality to fit in with society. You're the authentic queen. Authentic. 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 You're not have to fit in with people. You know, so the whole of we unique. None of we not ugly. You're just waiting to discover your beauty. Go back to yourself. Go back to yourself. Not everybody is going to accept it. Stand out. Stand out. Love on yourself. Love on yourself. Love on yourself. Authentic. You're the authentic queen. Authentic. Authentic. Celebrate your mistake. Celebrate your mistake. Your mistake is a step take to your greatness. Your mistake is a step take to your greatness. Love on yourself. 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 All our way are kings and queens. 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 Have an authentic life. God bless you, and I salute the authenticity in you all.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us in this celebration. And I want to again thank Dr. Wiggan. I want to thank Javia. I want to thank Mrs. Hazel Walker Kareem all the way from Malawi.
Thank you, Dr. Wiggan.
I want to thank
Dr. Wiggan. I'm a good supporter, I know. Dr. Wiggan, oh my God, Dr. Wiggan is like, why we all send me messages and stuff. I think Dr. Wiggan helped inspire the poem. He sent me a poem one day when a lady was talking about authenticity, and that was where the idea came from to create the poem. So thank you, Dr. Wiggan. Thank you, Dr. Wiggan. I know some never meet him in person.
You're welcome.
And I want to thank everyone else who joined us. Queen named you each. And as I began with a quote, I want to close with some more quotes. And remember, go get the book, get it sponsored for the initiative. You saw the tears, you see the transformation that is happening. You've heard her story. This is not just a book. It is a movement, and it is a tool for transformation. This one is unknown. Your authentic self is a gift to the world. Don't be afraid to show it off every single day of your life. The greatest challenge in life is to be your own person and accept that being different is a blessing and not a curse. This one is by Lance Secretan. He says, Authenticity is the alignment of head, mouth, heart, and feet. Thinking, saying, feeling, and doing the same thing consistently. And finally, by Adam Grant, authenticity means erasing the gap between what you firmly believe inside and what you reveal to the outside world. This has been the soft launch of Queen Simone's book, Give Birth to You Authenticity.
Yeah,
And I
to
have
you.
been pleased
To
to be
you.
your host, Dr. C. Ruth Taylor. And I'm saying good
Thank
night
you.
and
Good
thanks
night.
for sharing. Bless you, everybody. So I'm going to stop the live stream now.
Mhm.
And stop.